Okay, so you're here because, let's be real, unwanted facial hair is something you're thinking about, and it's a pretty common thing,
It is, but
but can be like a real confidence zapper, right?
totally. Like, who hasn't felt that little pang when they spot a stray hair they weren't expecting?
Exactly. And today we're going deep on this,
Yeah.
and not just quick fixes or surface stuff.
Right. We've got a bunch of information here pointing to some really interesting holistic approaches,
Yeah.
and we want to break those down for you.
So you can get like a genuine understanding of what might actually make a difference.
Totally. And the cool thing is, the material we looked at kind of suggests this two-pronged strategy.
Oh.
One side is exploring natural topical applications, things you can put right on your skin.
Yeah.
And the other side is all about those lifestyle tweaks that can help with hormonal balance, because that often plays a huge role in all of this.
Right, because let's face it, a lot of times this isn't just about some random hairs popping up.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's often tied to what's going on with her hormones.
Exactly.
And the information we've got actually points to specific conditions like hirsutism,
Yeah.
PCOS, and even like the whole hormonal roller coaster of menopause as factors.
And it's amazing how many people are affected by these things, like PCOS.
Yeah.
The information highlights that a ton of teenagers globally, something like 7 out of 10 experience it,
Wow.
which really shows you how widespread these hormonal imbalances can be.
So like really understanding that link is a big deal.
Huge. Yeah.
So, okay, now the material goes on to talk about some natural topical applications that are suggested for managing and even maybe like reducing facial hair growth.
Gotcha.
The first one that jumped out at me was this scrub made with turmeric, oatmeal, and banana.
Oh, that's a classic.
Right, like
Right.
what makes these ingredients potentially helpful?
Well, so if you break it down, turmeric is known for being anti-inflammatory. It's always a good thing for skin.
Yeah.
But it also supposedly has properties that can weaken hair. Then you've got oatmeal, which is like a super gentle exfoliant. So that helps remove existing hair and maybe prevents those pesky ingrown ones.
Makes sense?
And then the mashed banana, I'm guessing that acts as a binder for the scrub.
Yeah.
Holds it all together.
Oh, yeah.
It probably adds some soothing action for the skin too.
So you mix like a teaspoon of turmeric powder with 2 teaspoons of oatmeal and some mashed banana to make this paste.
Yep.
Slap it on your face. Leave it for 15 to 20 minutes, then gently scrub it off with water in circular motions.
Exactly. Sounds like a spa day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hold on. It says you can use this every day.
Hmm.
Isn't that like a lot of exfoliation, especially if your skin is sensitive?
That's a good point. You always have
Yeah.
to listen to your skin.
Yeah.
Any exfoliation, even with natural stuff, can be a bit much if you overdo it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're seeing redness or dryness,
Or it just feels extra sensitive.
definitely scale back on how often you're using it.
Okay.
Better safe than sorry.
So the next one they talk about is a mask made from gram flour, lemon juice, and honey.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
Right. It's like a classic combo you see all over the place for skincare.
It is, for sure.
What's the thinking behind those ingredients?
Well, gram flour is another gentle exfoliant, kind of like the oatmeal we were just talking about. Then the lemon juice is often mentioned for its ability to, like, lighten hair.
Right.
So it might make those finer hairs less noticeable.
Oh.
And then, of course, honey is like the soothing superstar,
Yeah.
which is probably welcome, especially since that lemon juice can be a little zingy.
So half a teaspoon of each ingredient, mix it up into a paste, put it on, let it dry for 20 minutes, and then rinse it off gently.
Yep. Pat your skin dry afterward, and you're good to go.
And this one they recommend using 2 to 3 times a week,
Right.
which is definitely less intense than that daily scrub.
Yeah. And probably a good thing, because that lemon juice, while it might help with lightening,
Yeah.
it can be a little harsh for some people's skin if they use it every day.
Now this third one is interesting. Raw papaya peel with lavender and tea tree oil.
Oh, that one caught my eye, too.
Right. What's the deal with that combo?
So the key here is this enzyme in raw papaya called poen.
Papain.
Yeah. And it's supposed to have this ability to actually weaken hair follicles.
Whoa.
So you rub the inner side of the peel on your skin for 15 minutes, rinse it off, and then follow up with a mixture of lavender and tea tree oil.
And the material says that lavender and tea tree oil have these anti-androgenic properties.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Okay, so androgens are like this group of hormones, including testosterone,
Okay.
and they can play a big role in hair growth. So anti-androgenic basically means these oils might be able to block those effects on the hair follicles,
Oh,
potentially slowing down or reducing hair growth.
That's amazing. And
And
this one they recommend doing once or twice a week.
yeah, I guess because of that enzyme action from the papaya, it's a bit more potent.
Now, before we go any further, there's like a super important piece of advice in this information.
Yeah.
It's all about doing a patch test before you try any of this stuff on your face.
Oh, yeah, that's crucial.
They even suggest doing it on your wrist. Why is that so important?
Because even though these are natural ingredients, everyone's skin is different.
Right.
A patch test is just like a little safety check
Yeah.
to see if you have any weird reaction to any of the ingredients before you slather it all over your face.
It's like a little insurance policy for your skin.
Exactly. It only takes a minute, and it can save you from a lot of potential irritation.
So, okay, we've talked about these topical applications.
Right.
But the information also really stresses that if you're looking for more lasting results, addressing those underlying hormonal imbalances is key.
Absolutely. Got to get to the root of things.
And it suggests looking at some lifestyle changes.
Okay.
The first one being diet. What kind of foods are we talking about here?
So the focus is on foods that are thought to help balance estrogen levels.
Okay.
Things like tofu, sunflower seeds, flax seeds.
I love flax seeds.
Me
still.
too. And cruciferous veggies like broccoli and cauliflower.
Okay, but how do these foods actually balance estrogen? Like, I'm not literally adding more estrogen to my body by eating tofu.
No, it's not that direct.
Okay.
A lot of these foods have compounds that can interact with the estrogen receptors in your body.
Oh, I see.
So flax seeds, for example, have these things called lignans.
Lignans.
Yeah, it's a mouthful,
Yeah.
but they can have both estrogen-like and anti-estrogen effects, depending on what your body needs at the moment.
Interesting.
And then cruciferous veggies have compounds that help your body process and eliminate estrogen in a healthy way.
So it's like these foods are kind of nudging your estrogen levels towards a better balance.
Exactly. It's all about finding that sweet spot.
And there's a really important reminder in the information here.
What's that?
It says make sure these dietary changes don't mess with any existing health conditions you might have.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Like, always talk to your doctor or a healthcare professional before you make any big changes to what you're eating.
Always good advice.
Okay, so moving beyond diet. The information also talks about the potential benefits of specific yoga practices.
Oh, interesting.
It mentions Vajrasana, Matsyasana, and Supta Baddha Konasana.
Those are some serious yoga terms.
Right. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing them right.
Me neither, but what's the connection between these poses and hormones?
Well, the material suggests that these particular asanas can help stimulate the reproductive system and potentially even boost estrogen production.
Interesting.
Now, the science behind all of that is complex.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it probably varies from person to person, but yoga in general is known to have an impact on the endocrine system, the system that produces hormones.
That's like a whole body connection.
It also mentions this breathing exercise called Yogendra Pranayama 4.
Pranayama.
Yeah, it's for stress reduction, and it's supposed to indirectly help with hormonal balance.
Makes sense. Stress messes with everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how does less stress translate to better hormone balance?
Well, when you're stressed, your body pumps out cortisol.
That's the stress hormone, right?
Yeah. And if you're constantly stressed, it can throw off the balance of other hormones, including estrogen.
Oh.
So doing things that help manage stress, like those specific breathing exercises, can lower cortisol levels.
Oh, okay.
And that can have a domino effect, making everything else a bit more balanced.
So it's like calming the chaos.
Exactly.
The last lifestyle adjustment they mention is something super simple, walking for at least 15 minutes every day.
Oh, yeah. I love a good walk.
Me too. And while it doesn't directly link walking to estrogen balance in the same way as diet or yoga,
Yeah.
we know that moving our bodies is good for our hormones overall.
Absolutely.
So how does something as basic as walking fit into this whole picture?
Well, regular exercise, even moderate stuff like walking, can improve things like insulin sensitivity.
Okay.
Insulin's another hormone, and when it's out of whack, it can sometimes mess with other hormones, especially in conditions like PCOS.
I see.
So staying active is like a win for your whole hormonal system.
Okay, so we've covered these topical applications and
Yeah.
these lifestyle adjustments, but the information also takes this really interesting turn towards the end and focuses on the emotional side of dealing with unwanted facial hair.
Yeah, because it's not just about the physical stuff.
Exactly, can really affect how we feel about ourselves.
Totally. And the material acknowledges that, those feelings of self-consciousness and the hit to our confidence that unwanted facial hair can sometimes bring.
And it beautifully emphasizes the importance of self-acceptance, like
Yes.
alongside all these other solutions we're trying.
Because there's beauty in our differences,
Yeah,
right?
I love that idea. It's such a powerful reminder.
It really is. And while figuring out ways to manage unwanted hair is a personal choice,
Yeah.
learning to accept and appreciate the things that make us unique is also huge for our well-being and our self-esteem.
And the material actually talks about self-care routines,
Uh,
which could include these hair management techniques
Okay.
as a way to build new confidence and like radiate positivity from within.
That's such a cool way to look at it.
Right. It's not just about changing something external. It's about taking care of yourself and feeling good in your own skin.
And that shift in perspective is so important,
Yeah.
from just focusing on removal to embracing self-care and self-acceptance.
So to sum it all up for you, we've explored all these holistic approaches to managing unwanted facial hair.
Right.
We talked about the turmeric oatmeal and banana scrub, the graham flower lemon juice and honey mask, and the
Yeah.
raw papaya peel with the lavender and tea tree oil.
Don't forget that patch test.
Oh, yeah. Huge reminder, do that patch test before you try anything new.
Always.
And then we dove into those lifestyle tweaks that can help with hormonal balance, like
Right.
eating those estrogen-balancing foods.
Like yummy flax seeds.
Yes, exploring specific yoga poses and breathing exercises to chill out that stress, just getting out there for a good walk every day.
All good stuff.
But maybe the biggest takeaway from all of this is that emphasis on self-acceptance.
For sure.
Managing unwanted facial hair is a journey, and it involves taking those proactive steps while also remembering to embrace your own unique beauty.
So well said. And it leads us to this final thought for you to ponder.
Okay?
How much do those beauty ideals that we see all around us influence how you feel about yourself?
That's a good one.
And what could happen if you really embraced your individuality
Yeah.
while also exploring those self-care practices that truly make you feel good inside and out?
That's something to think about.
It is. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It was fun.
See you next time.